My apologies. We were experiencing technical difficulties, but we're back. No, no, no. So what are we looking at right now? We got some flags triggering. Well, we had that 5-minute flag right here, really nice, triggered. And actually, that triggered right out of yesterday's opening range channel. Kind of interesting how it respected that, then popped down. So we're through yesterday's opening range right now. But yeah, that's kind of interesting how that laid out like that. Here's a look at the daily. I think we're building that head and shoulders. We talked about it. That would be the trend line right there. You can probably get rid of that one right there. I hope I'm streaming. Can't get any confirmation about on it. Yeah, there it is. I like streaming, 'cause streaming will make you mine. So, yeah, I think we're going to build that flag, and that's what we're going to be trading today. I do believe. Let's see what the weekly looks like. Yeah, the weekly is just consolidating. So we should expect it to return. Return to me. Mm-mm-mm. No, 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 no. Looking at that 30-minute. It's got a bear flag building. See what it does on the market break. I'd like to get a piece of that if it pushes down. No, that would have been a put call. Put option. Na 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 na. I was listening to some Van Morrison yesterday, so it's stuck in my head. Don't follow. No, no. I forgot. I forgot I was streaming, man. I'm in the middle of my shit. Doing work. Let's see if anybody's talking to me. Think I should just leave this up when I'm not trading. Hey, what's up, Miguel? What's up, Spidey Cool? Yo, you guys are becoming regulars, man. And you gave me 2 likes. Big love to you. Hopefully you guys are making money with me. And you give me somebody to talk to. Someone to watch over me. I'm trying to get my fig plant to root. Oh, it looks like I'm rooting. No, no. Yeah, go, baby, go. Go, baby, go. It's a very difficult task. Or at least I find it difficult to get shit to root from a clipping. And I like to do different shit. That's why I do that. I mean, just, it's like survival skills, if you ask me. You guys ever practice making a fire without matches? You should do it at least once in your life. Master it. In the event that Honduras takes over America, you could, at least you know you could start a fire, right? All you need is an axe and the ability to start a fire, and you could rebuild a civilization. Then, learn a few hunting skills, how to process your own food. That's why I do all that shit, just so I'm efficient. But I also can skydive. I can fly planes. I can fly helicopters. I mean, it's all fun adventure. But in the back of my mind, I like being prepared for anything. So would you believe that I prepared myself in the event that I get trapped in some South American country and I have to get out? I could steal a helicopter. I could steal an airplane. I've also learned how to hotwire shit. If that's not paranoia, I don't know what is. I can skydive. I could scuba dive, although I'm not certified. I've driven large excavation equipment because I heard it's consistent with tanks. Although, I guess with today's technology, that skill is kind of outdated. I wonder where I can go drive a tank. I could drive motorcycles. I could ride horses. I've even raced unlimiteds. I did the Baja 500, or a Baja 500, and raced unlimiteds through the Baja Desert. I lost. Actually, one of my cars, I sponsored 3 cars in the race, and one of my cars won 3rd prize one year. I drove one, which lost, and somebody else drove the other one, which lost. Hey, ducks. Oh, that's nice of you. I'll get you guys covered in shit. Hey, we got a third party. That's it, baby. Polka, polka. Poker is what I'm saying, actually. Not poke her. Hello, hello, hello. Just turned the mic off, so that's why I said hello, hello. 7:03, we're consolidating. We got that 30-minute. If you're looking at the screen, it's the upper left chart. It's a 30-minute chart, and it's building that bear flag very nicely. And we're about to roll over. Roll over Beethoven. Which is the 30-minute pate. So, oh man, I'm not ready. Now I'm ready. Oh, and my charts aren't responding. Isn't that a fucking deal? Okay, but we're cool. We didn't break it. We're breaking to the upside, but I'm not looking at that, to tell you the truth. It's a small gap. And we're just going to let the market do what it's doing for a little bit. I'm kind of looking for that break of the low. Oh, and it's coming, baby. It's coming. There's the gap close, first thing. Yeah.
Order filled.
Oh, I hate that. I'm taking that break right there. Took one off. Come on. Oh, that's a strong rally back. Lots of bears in this mix. Lots of bulls too, fighting it out. 2 minute looks indecisive. We got to break that low. Come on. Looking for that 85. Taking another one off right here, which I'm off. And now I'm at a break even on my stop. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're going to do it. All right, I took it off. I'm going to watch for a break of the low. But I got to tell you, that was a sweet play. Oh, look at that. That's indecisive. All right, I'm going to sit back on this a little bit and watch. I kind of got in a little late. Then with all my executions on 3 contracts, you probably picked up about $550. Looks like we'll see what it does with the high, but it looks like we're going to go into a little consolidation here. Let the market figure out what it wants to do, which way it wants to go. But yo, 4 minutes, and Davey is paid. What do you say we party the rest of the day? And honestly, that flag didn't even trigger on the 30-minute. I tried to get into it. I'm going to take a break of that low. Taking it right here. Got a nice fill. Come on, man. Somebody drop. Okay, composite. Ah, fuck. A little bounce. I'm gonna take some risk on this. I might get hurt today. I mean, that's a double bottom on the 5 minute, and kind of flushed. Come on, fall apart. Oh, oh, oh. I'm taking one. I got one off right now. I'm looking for 79 on the second. No, come on, man. That's indecisive, that bar. A little too whippy, man. It's making me uncomfortable. There you go. Head in the right direction. Come on. Give me 4 or 5 more points. There we go. Looks heavy. Looks heavy. The Russell just closed its gap. Let's see if it holds that. It's bouncing off. There we go. There we go. We're getting movement. We're getting movement. I'm going to take another one off right here and be a big sissy and let the rest run. Hope you guys are participating, man. We making money up in this bitch. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, you're doing it. You're doing it. That 1 minute is looking a little disconcerting. That 5 is flattening. I'm getting out of it. It doesn't look like it wants to make that break. I think I might have cut myself short right here. But my panties are getting in a bunch. Should have picked up another 600 a contract on that move. Yeah, it looks like it's having a hard time. We're going to wait for what this market's doing. Yeah, see, it's bouncing. I mean, I'm lured in by that that flag, but well, oh man, everything's looking heavy. Could be a trend reversal if they could turn it around on that 30-second bar. That 30-second bar is giving me a lot of noise. I'm gonna roll that bitch back up to the 5 and get a feel for it and watch the 1 minute. It's your baby. Hey, I'm just watching the market. So you should be up about $1,200 right now. Not bad for 15 minutes worth of work. That 15-minute chart is looking kind of bullish. I'm watching that break to the high. I'm just not convinced of it. Oh, and there it goes. There it goes. I didn't take it. I already got 2 trades in. The market's looking whippy. I think I'm going to wait for a longer time frame to give me a setup. And, I could miss the move. I could live with that. At least I'm paying attention. I just hate when I miss moves because I'm not paying attention. That's just, bad business. But I got 2 fairly decent moves in this morning. And actually, I played the chop well, which is a very risky game. You got a flag building on the 1 minute. If you want an entry into that move up, you might look at that 1 minute. It's still a good flag. It's not retracing too much. If that flag retraces half the move up, then it's just not a good flag, and you should avoid it. But this looks like a really good, you got a quarter retrace. So the entry would be a break of this current 1 minute bar. Making a tail. We got 20 seconds left. It may not give us that entry that we're looking for. It may just keep ripping. Dow looks strong. Composite looks strong. The Russell is weighing in. So Russell's not as strong, kind of lagging. So it kind of makes me wonder how sustainable this move up is. Could be reaching for the morning highs. Here's the flag. We could watch the trigger here if this bar breaks the previous bar high. Seems like it's trading back, and it opened up a little lower. So if this bar closes down, then the trigger or the entry will be the high of the current bar. But right now, while this bar is live, the entry is the high of the previous bar. Or you could watch that 2 minute that's setting up a nicer flag. Now, the reason you would jump to the 2 minute, oh, that's a little aggressive. The reason you would jump to the 2 minute is that if a 2 minute setup triggers, it's going to be a longer move than a 1 minute setup, as is the 5 minute setup to the 30 minute setup and things of that nature. So now that 5 minute is starting to look like a run on stops. And the 30-minute bar currently is looking very indecisive. The 15-minute chart is looking very indecisive. Kind of feels as though we're going to enter into a consolidation right now. So that is why I'm sitting back and watching. And really happy with my performance today. I'm actually thinking about the fact that I made money in the chop, which makes me a little uncomfortable. So I'm kind of happy about my performance today, but that makes me a little uncomfortable that I made money in the chop. And you're always self-analyzing your trading. It doesn't matter how long you do it. Once you stop self-analyzing, then you get that arrogance. And that's not a good thing. All right, watch that 2 minute because it looks like the 2 minute and the 1 minute setups will execute at the same time, which just gives more value to the setups. So watch that 2 minute, and if you're into a move up, you could take that trigger. I'm just not feeling it right now. Just something about it is making me feel things are a little bit choppy. But, you know, hey, you've watched me miss moves time and time again. Five-minute momentum is very bullish. So that would lend credence to this move. There's the entry right there. Quick pullback. Don't really like to see that. I like to see it move aggressively, but that could be just a shakeout, just to scare people. Your stop should go below. If you took that 2-minute entry, your stop should go below the previous bar. If we break that bar, then this flag failed and it's about to turn bearish. If we break the low of the previous bar, there goes the move up, starting to grind its way up. 1-minute momentum, looks like it's flattening a little bit. So I'm not really seeing energy, but the composite is pushing up, which is going to bring it up. The Dow's having a little trouble. So if we can get the Dow turned around, it should pull this thing up. That drop in the Dow brought the composite down. That's kind of interesting. So we're getting a little bit of a mixed signal here on the three markets. Oh, but there it goes. It's dragging the Dow up. The Dow's getting ready to pop. There it goes. It should start running now. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now the Russell is about to pop its high. If that does it, we really should get moving. So maybe somebody took this trade. I didn't take the trade. It's a nice move. I mean, it's 4 points. You should be at least one off right now. Put something in the bank. I will be streaming tomorrow. If anybody's around wants to listen, I know I take Fridays off, but I'll be streaming tomorrow. I got shit going on later in the afternoon, but in the morning I'll be clear. We'll be streaming. We'll be working. It's good. It's a good thing. It's good. You know it's not good, man? I'm really half-assing my workouts. Just too old to be so lackadaisical at my workouts. You know, young guys, you pop back quick. Old cats like me, and old, I mean, I'm in my 50s. I'm fit, but, the body just doesn't respond like it used to. It takes me a longer time to, start peaking and growing again. But, yep, I can grow muscle at this age. I'm just very big into proteins. Oh, look at that grind. That grind is nice. Okay, so we got a 1-minute flag moving. So you could squeeze your stops if that flag triggers. That 1-minute flag. You could use that to squeeze your stop. So you could use that 2-minute if you want. We're still in the first flag on the 2-minute that we took the entry. So your stop, you really, I would have taken one off right here and put my stop at my break even, at my entry. So I locked in a little bit of money and I'm looking for another move. The average trading range is starting to come down. I mean, it's still very, very high, but I'm starting to see it roll down. I mean, it was peaking at 98. We're at about 90 right now, 88 on another chart. Point being, it rolled over. So now we're still in a 1-minute flag, but it looks like it's retracing, and it's only 10 o'clock. That 30-minute bar looks pretty bullish. Putting in a little bit of a topping tail on that 5-minute. So we might trace back a little bit, and it makes sense. I mean, usually the turn of the half hour, we retrace. We might be getting a flag on the 30-minute. That would be cool. I'd definitely be looking to take that, or a flag on that 15-minute. I'd definitely be trying to find an entry on that. But this is a pretty good bar if you look at the daily, pretty decent. But I still want to see us come down probably 100 points. Doesn't have to be today, like over the next couple of days, come down about 100 points. That'll give me a nice inverted head and shoulders on the daily. And then I'll be watching that line. I'm still watching that trend line if you watched my videos this morning, because it is giving me a trend reversal. That's a good trend reversal indicator. But I like those inverted head and shoulders. They just seem a little more reliable, more predictable on the targets. So I'm watching for that. I'm encouraged by it. You got a flag triggering on the 2-minute right now, a bull flag. If you're looking for another entry, it's testing it. It's got to break 532, and there we go. So now you could squeeze your stop if you want to do it on, I think the 2-minute and the 5-minute's the same, to 702, right? Yeah, it's the same stop. So you squeeze your stop right up here on your 2 positions. You should be locking in a little something, something on the 2 positions. The test right now is this pivot high. We got to bust through that pivot high to keep that move up. 707 is what we're looking for right now. And I would take one off. My tactic would be to take one more off at that 707. And there it is. I would take one more off here because this is a place where it could reject. And yeah, I'm not gambling, but a lot of people will hold out and play that and risk that little bit of profit. So I would have just 1 unit on right now. Again, I didn't take that trade. I just hit 2 and I just kind of dampened the vibe. So let me do my panhandling. Subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like. And there's some links in the channel. If you're making money, tip your host, baby. And check out my morning market videos. Talk a little bit about the news, what's going on in the economy, get our bias for the day. Hit me up with a chat. Even say good morning. Just go good morning. Or a super job when we make money. And that goes a long way to the algorithms and helping YouTube decide to promote my channel. So this is why I take one off when we hit that pivot, because if this is going to be a failed flag, and you could see some topping tails on the 5-minute, if it's going to be a failed flag, at least I got 2 units off. I got money in the bank. That's why I'm here. Yeah, I'm not here for pomp and circumstance or accolades. I'm here to make money. So every time I put a little something, something in the bank, I've achieved my goal or did my job. So now we'll let this thing happen. Your stop should be around the 702 area. Well, you could be still risking the whole trade. A lot of guys do that, but I don't do that. That way, every day, I'm trying to get a little bit of money in the bank. And then the result of that consistency, a lot of days I'm putting a lot of money in the bank. And really, you don't want to increase your income by increasing your risk or reducing your probability looking for the long shot. You increase your income by just increasing your size slowly. See, now you'd be triggered, you'd be out at that stop. And even that stop, you would have made money on all 3 units. So, and you could wait for another entry, right? I mean, what's the cost of that? You banked 3 units profitable, and the cost to take another entry is commission. I mean, it's the cost on the trade. Your exposure's gone, and you're costing commission. So that 5-minute is looking kind of ominous, right? That's kind of a hangman right there. So I could initiate a down move. And you could see the double top on the 1-minute. The entry would have been at the pivot low. And, you could wonder how far that's going to push. It might even go down to 97. It's not a trade we're looking for, like 3 or 4 points. but I would keep an eye on a double top on the 5 and see what that does. There's a pretty bullish bar. That's pretty aggressive, that move up. Kind of a fight back. What are we looking at over here? Yeah, they're all kind of behaving that way. Composite, that last bar is looking rather indecisive. Dow looks like it's trying to break that pivot high. S&P is just really volatile. I think I'm looking at a triple top on the S&P on the 1 minute chart. There's a double top right now, and good chance it's going to bust right through that. It's eating up that tail of that really negative looking bar. You got a tweezer pattern on the 2 minute. Even the 1 minute, you could argue a tweezer pattern. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? Trade's just not speaking to me to go long. Could be my error there, bias. Yeah, you know, I'm somewhat content right now since I was pretty profitable first 2 trades. And this is kind of contrary to my bias right now. I'm really thinking we're supposed to be building that that inverted head and shoulders. So I'm feeling more the downside. I do have that trend line across the top on the dailies, and I would roll my bias around to bullish if we broke that trend line, because breaking that trend line kind of blows up my my head and shoulders. Real aggressive push up here. I'm just wondering if we get another topping tail before the close of this bar. We still have 2 minutes on the 5 minute bar. What are we looking at? And this is a brand new 30-minute bar. The first 30-minute bar is indecisive, so on a longer chart, it's not really, I guess, indecisive, or we could say it's an engulfing, a bullish engulfing on yesterday's bar. I kind of like it better when the body is engulfing, but really the candle itself, considering both wicks, is it a bullish engulfing. And we're at good value. Could see 729 right now. And as far as daily goes, this is an inside bar from yesterday still. And yesterday's a small bar, so it should be easy to break. Small indecisive bar. But we're still inside. So even these moves up, we're fighting through all of the congestion of yesterday. But a break of yesterday's high should give us a nice smooth run. 728.58. And I had just said that 729 would be my target on the move up. Got another flag setting up on the 2 minute, on the 1 minute that just triggered. And we grinding. We got a flag on the composite that just triggered. So that might drag the rest of the markets up if it doesn't fail. Russell's triggering a flag on the 1 minute. The S&P seems like the strongest market of the day, though. So if all of these start moving up to new highs, the S&P is going to rip. There we go. Everything's making new highs. There goes the S&P. So you'd still be sitting in one unit, I believe, if I haven't lost track. And you're grinding up. Right, because you would have taken you would have taken that stop at 702, banked money, and then re-entered at the break of the high. So you should be up 10 points on that re-entry. Not bad at all. That's probably the strongest move of the day so far. Look for that 728. You should have 3 units on. I would take one off right here, at least. You should have one off. Maybe even 2. If you were so inclined. But look for that 728. If you made money on 2 trades this morning and you're up, I would just take one off and leave that 2 to work, because you've definitely made bank today. Keep grinding, keep grinding. 8 more points. Getting a little oversold on the 5-minute. You might want to contemplate taking another off if you get 2 units on. Just leave 1 unit, see if we run the rest of the day. I'm hoping we don't blow up that head and shoulders pattern. Just because that's just going to be a long, easy move. Looks like we're getting close to breaking yesterday's high. I forgot what yesterday's high was. 728.58. Oh, which is my target on the day. Yeah, a lot of things are collating right around that number. That's cool. So look for that 728. Maybe take your trade off and look for another setup to break through that that high of yesterday. This is all very good, very, very good. That Russell is just grinding its way up. It's starting to get strong. We're up almost 1% on the composite, just about 1% on the Dow, 3/4 on the Russell, and 5/8% on the S&P. These are nice moves, but not terribly strong moves, which gives me a good indication that we may get a mid-session reversal. So I don't know why my 5-minute didn't put in. There we go, my opening range bars. There they are. We busted right through those opening range bars. Let's just set that chart up for maybe a midday reversal. A mid-session reversal, rather. What have we got? 708. So we're going to do a few things to this chart. We're going to put in that mid-range. Open up. So 36.94. Come on, you son of a Siberian snake charmer. That'd be my mid-range right there. Right? So right there, so it's my mid-range. Let's get rid of this guy right here, causing me a little confusion. And then the other thing I want to do is I'm going to just follow this with my fib. And I'll just keep moving that fib. As we grind up. But right now it looks like we're putting in a flag on the 5 minute. We only have one flag on the 5 minute. We're probably good for 3 flags on the 5 minute. So this is a real strong flag. You could look for an entry there. Or if you're in the trade right now, let this flag trigger and move all of your stops up above that flag right there. Just trail right behind that flag. If that flag fails, boom, you're out. You pocket a little money on this trade also. In this, I mean, we're in the driver's seat right here, right now, you know, way in the money, nothing to lose. That flag didn't even happen, so we'll probably look for another flag. We're just continuing our grind up, and that's fine. We got plenty of time before that reversal should happen. But what we want to do is look for a double top to indicate the reversal. We're getting overextended on the 5 minute, so we're going to start looking for that double top. Once we get a pivot high on the 5 minute, we'll readjust that fib, and then we'll trade that Fibonacci as targets. Oh, this is an education you can't buy. But you can donate. So subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like, tell a buddy, tip your host through some of the links in the description. You can even throw me an FU in the chat. That'll go a long way. Every day we make a little bit of money. We very rarely see a down day. They happen. We definitely see down trades, I mean intraday, but you know, net at the end of the day we end up making some money. So this is losing some of its strength, some of its run. Everything is kind of consolidating on the 1 minute a little bit. We're looking at that high. We'd like to see a double top, you know, may pull back to this 20 to hit the top, and then we're going to trade to the 30.84. We could see a 50% pullback, which would be cool. Put us inside the trading range too. And ironically, the 54, well, no, where is it? Oh, here. Oh, yeah, that's too much, man. To see if we came back to the mid intraday opening range channel. Nah, I'd say 61% is not a bad target of 698. Little topping bar, interesting enough. Let's see what we look like on the smaller time frames. Don't really have it double top. I mean, sometimes we get these single tops, and that keeps me out of the trade because I really don't trade the single tops. Plenty of traders do, I just don't. You know, I like to see that double top. Moral confirmation for me. Gives me 2 entry options. That single top is just hard to take, man. Oh, I'm interested in this 30-minute bar because we're coming to the 15-minute point. Let's see if we pull back much, leave a topping tail. If we go back to the breakout there, that's going to be quite a topping tail. Good indication that we're coming back down. What time do we have? 10:15. We're getting around the mid-session time for this trade. We could see the momentum's rolling over on the 1 and 2 minute chart. 5 minutes looking kind of bullish, but still getting ready to roll over. So the question here is the entry on the 5 minute chart 1 minute chart or the 2 minute chart. Wow, we're just above freezing. Man, I hate being up here in the winter. See if we get a trigger on the 5 minute. Could be just a 5 minute bear flag. You know, it could be a double top. You could see the momentum rolling off on the 1 minute and rolling off on the 2 minute. So right there, you can see we get slightly overvalued. And we change colors on the bar chart. We look for that change of color right there. It's a good indication that it's a double top. That's on the 1 minute. Let's look at the 2 minute. Yeah, I'd like to see a little yellow. 5 minutes still building a pretty healthy bull flag. It would be too aggressive to take a break this low on the 5 minute. Especially considering that the momentum is still pushing up. I mean, we're fading off on the histogram a little bit, but we could have a reversion and go back the other way. You could see the double top on the 1 minute right here. It's just, I would prefer if I saw an indication of the yellow. It'll just confirm it more. And then, you know, I know we would pull back to like the lower Keltner right here, the 17, and that kind of coincides with the 23% normal pullback to give a good double top. Looks like we're challenging the high on this flag right here on the 5 minute. So if that 5 minute flag breaks and runs, that's going to be a fairly decent run to the upside. What are we looking at? Composite just broke it. Dow's having a hard time with it. S&P's having a hard time with it. Russell's challenging it. Man, I've been grinding my own coffee out of beans. Yo, it's like coffee at the next level, man. I actually have some really good beans coming from Italy. See how that fares. I just want to rip through these beans. There goes the composite pushing up, and the S&P is grinding up and testing that high. So if the composite keeps going and the Dow pops it, you're going to get a nice move. So that's 5 minute triggered on the S&P right now. Here goes the Dow challenging. Oh, a little reject. Come on. If it pushes it, this should keep running. So you would have entered on that flag on the 5 minute. And we got a little gap in the Russell, which could be a halfway gap or an exhaustion gap. You know, and interesting enough, we won't know until the market turns around and keeps ripping. But it'll give you some idea like where this could go. Would my data freeze? There we go. We're running. We're running. Getting really overvalued on that 1 minute, and look at the divergence. So, you know, I'm really going to watch that. 5 minutes still very bullish though. But that 1 minute is really screaming a divergence 2 minute. Yeah, the 2 minutes bullish. That's interesting. Let's see if that 1 minute shows that divergence. So the 2 minutes definitely overbought, but the momentum is still very bullish. And that 5 minute is crazy bullish. That flag triggered and took off and running. It's hitting a little consolidation right here, 1 minute on the composite and S&P. I think this might be a steady grind up. I don't think it's ready for a mid-session reversal. But 10:30 is really the right hour for it. Just happens between 10:15 and like 10:15 and 11. Or 10:15 and 10:45 probably a better better window. We did break the high of yesterday of 28.58. That baby is in the rear view mirror. And that's pretty much where this flag happened. Oh man, I'm sorry I didn't catch that. If I would have caught that this flag was happening around the break of today's high, then I probably would have taken that trade. And that's what quality of life indicators do for you. You know, so you can get an indicator that, or an alert that'll pop up that you're at a day's high or what have you, and those are quality of life. You know, so you don't have to be jumping around charts and keeping track of all that shit. So I did that with my opening range right here. I used an indicator that just tells me what my opening range is, so that I don't have to take the time and remember to plot it and everything like that. And they have a previous day high indicators and stuff like that will pop up on the chart and be like, yeah, you're breaking the previous day's high, if that sort of shit is important to you. But again, quality of life improves your quality of life. So we're closing, we're in the area of a gap that we closed on Tuesday, you know, where we popped up to it and then traded, got rejected from it, traded back down. And we're back at that area. The gap is already closed, but we know that's an important area because there's congestion there and everything, and the gap was there. So we could get rejected from here, or this could be the day that we blow through it. If we blow through it, that head and shoulders theory of mine is just shot. And then we'll be breaking the high of Tuesday. So that trend line on the daily that I was watching, we're getting ready to break that, which is going to change my bias on the market. Could look for a head and shoulders on the 2 minute. Could be possible. It might just be a trend reversal pattern, but a head and shoulders may very well appear. Kind of feeling it in the momentum right now. And really, in the past 3 days, we haven't gone anywhere. I mean, the high was 760 on Tuesday, the 18th. sun. No. All right, so that double top didn't trigger, but it looks like a pullback. I mean, you kind of have a doji, a reversal doji on the 5 minute. You might be able to argue a shooting star. It's not that obvious to me. And again, I don't take those single top pullbacks, although the 1 minute with that divergence is giving me a double top pullback. And an aggressive entry would be a break of the previous low. So the entry would have been right up here. And the conservative entry will be a break of this pivot, which is a good bit of distance away. So this is a hard one. I think we're going to bounce and put in another top right here. So, I mean, you could see, we may even be building that head and shoulders, right? So that's the shoulder and neckline. Here's the head. We got to come create another neckline and a shoulder. It's a bit of a ways away, but that would put us around 10:45, which is like textbook mid-morning session reversal. Textbook. Anybody out there making money with me? I know I got some heads listening, not too many people talking. I'm going to reduce this chat and just kind of focus more on the market. Where's my MISC? Come on, baby. Come on. Here goes a break on the 1 minute. Keep an eye on that. That's a good trend reversal, and I'm going to take that one right there. And I'm taking it off at about 22, I'm hoping. Come on. Come on. Don't bounce back on me. Just give it right to me, okay? It's stalling. I'm taking one off right here. And I'm just going to squeeze my stop. We could put in another top on the 5 minute. If it breaks the 22, then I'm taking the next one off at about 17. See if I can get the third one to run. I think we're going to bounce out before that 17, but that's okay. Come on. See, I didn't have the balls to sit in right here, just based on it stalling, in a market that's so aggressive right now. Yeah, that 20 looks like a good off. Get on down there, honey. Get on down. I actually think we tagged it, didn't we? Uh, 21.71. Actually, I'm going to take my second off right here. I should have taken it off around the 21.71. That was really the number. So I just got one working right now. I got a couple of moves. That's cool. A few extra bucks. The entry was at 26. So we picked up 100 and then 300. And now we're just letting this go. So if you're following my trades, man, you should be up like a motherfucker. And you can see right here on the 1 minute, here's the head and shoulders, right? There's a shoulder, that's the head, there's a shoulder. You can see the market, the momentum fading, and the entry is on this trend line. So I didn't really do that. I took the break right here. If you held to that trend line and you were quick, you picked up an extra buck. So either way on that trade, it would have been a fairly decent trade. So what's interesting is on the 2 minute, this is the challenge right here, right? That 19 mark. If we bounce off of that, we could be setting up another head and shoulders on that 2 minute, which is going to have a longer run. But I'm too off with a break even. You got to love this volatility, man. This is how you make money day trading. And what's interesting is all the idiots who buy on the dips and buy the AMCs. Those guys are on the sidelines right now. They're not making any money. And you could see that reflected in the earnings in all the financial companies. They're making a killing because they're trading and the proprietary accounts are killing it. But the retail commission flow has dropped off with the ticket charges. So anything retail based is dropped off. And that's because, every putz with ears was making money in the market since 2007, because you had the Fed backstop, and there was a buy on the dips kind of concept. But this is what the real market's about. And the news for you is that most people don't realize is that the next 15 years going to be a lot different than the last 20. It's going to go back to the way it was, really. So you're going to have to do your work. As far as a long-term investor, you got to sit down, go to work, and figure out what you're going to buy. As far as a trader, you better have some skills in risk management, or you're going to get your ass handed to you, because it's not going to be a layup like it was. And all those arrogant, and you knew it too as a professional and an old-timer having experience. I've seen all these guys come out with all their shit and their big swinging dicks when everything's up. But, when things fall apart, then they realize they don't have the skills. Not that they can't acquire the skills, it's just it was too easy and they didn't need to. And it's important to hurt, because suffering is good for the soul. But this period of them hurting, this is what's going to make them traders in the future if they stick to it. A lot of people just back away and they're waiting for the change in the market. It's just not going to come. They just backed away and said, okay, when this stops happening and, everything just moves up all the time, I'll get involved. That's not going to happen. I mean, we're going to grind our way up, but, if we grind our way back up for the next 15 years, the grind is the chop. And we know what happens with chop if you don't have good risk management. So the 60-minute looks like it's setting up a flag. We could watch that, man. There's a flag on the 30-minute. There's a flag on the 15-minute. This is all bull flags. We could watch that. We may be busting that trend line that we talked about this morning on the daily. So, yeah, we could watch that, man, and that could be setting us up for the direction of the market. And I got to say, man, I love this shit. I love this shit. I love when the market speaks to me, and I could pull some money out of it. Love. Exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you. I love this shit. Just checking my accounts. I'm flat. No trouble. I'm gonna turn off my my trading windows so that I don't enter accidental trades. Although I'm looking at, it looks like it could very well be a reverse micro trend on that 1 minute, which is, and it looks like it on the 2 minute, which is a continuation pattern. So yeah, man, if you need an entry into this down move, you could look at that 2 minute chart and take that break of that low. I'm actually going to put a trend line in for you guys to clock. And yeah, I think we got another leg coming. Oh. Well, you know what? Just watch that. I don't like that trend line, but watch this right here. This looks like a little micro trend, and if it breaks below this, right? So right now we're looking for a break below 2162 for an entry. It looks like this biatch might keep continuing, but nothing's happening until we get that break below that. Yeah, it looks like it across the board. I'm kind of intrigued by that. And we're setting up a bear flag on the 5 minute, which just lends to the credence of that further move down. So this could be a really nice morning retrace going on here, right? So our target could be the 50% mark, which is about 709. So we may be looking at another 14-point move. That's another $700 on what might be your last unit. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And everything I'm talking about is showing you on these short-term charts. If you wanted to be an investor and your entries are based on technicals, all of this translates to higher time frames. This isn't just scalping short-term intraday trading specific trading philosophies. You could translate everything we're talking about to a higher time frame. There goes the break, I think. It's about to challenge it. What do we say, 28? Oh, there it is, baby. There it is. 2028 or 2128? See, that's the other problem of talking. Well, okay, so the entry was I guess we moved over. It was initially 2162, and then the entry was 2265. We made the entry. Now the test is 2085, which we broke that. So that's it. We're moving. We're consolidating. So we might hit another little bit of resistance right here. Oh, and we busted right through that, man. So yeah, man, we're moving. We're moving. We're moving. And you should have your third unit. I would squeeze my stop down to 23. Your entry should have been at the very most around the 27.5 range, at the very least, lowest price. It could very well be 28.07. But, just put your stop on everything at the 24, and at least you're locking in those 3 points, and you're taking the move. We're bouncing off of that 30%, which is common. Our next goal will be the 38%, which is 14 and change. Everything's within the spirit. We can bust through that 14 and change. Then I'm really looking to get off at 708. And that's it. I just have one unit on there, and I'm waiting for that bitch to grind its way down. We're still looking at a 60-minute flag, very possible. We could even get out of this trade at our goal, our target, and still get that 60-minute flag and take another move to the upside. So, even though we're bearish on a 5-minute chart, doesn't necessarily mean we have to be bearish on the day. Hence, intraday trading. Man, I got to go get a haircut. Maybe I'll keep it long for the winter. Do a badass shorty. Composites putting in a little bounce. The Dow and the Russell still looking kind of heavy. S&P looks like it's got another flag building on the 1 minute. So you see how nicely those reverse micro trends are, right? Reverse micro trend, because the trend on this 1 minute is down, and then it has this little upward trend, right? Reverse micro trend. And then a break of that, very reliable, man. You make some money on that break. It's actually a continuation pattern, but you can use that to jump into a move. But when you see that and you're already in it, you know that you're getting ready for another continuation to the downside. It's hard to figure how big that move is. I mean, obviously, you see it on the 2 minute, the move is going to be bigger than on the 1 minute. But we had it on both, and it triggered. And now the 1 minute looks like it's putting in a flag. Or the 2 minute looks like it's putting in a flag. The 1 minute already put in the flag. I don't really like how the 1 minute flag looks. But the momentum is still rather bearish. The momentum on the 2 minute is rather bearish. We're coming to a zero touch right here, meaning the fast and slow line are getting ready to touch the zero line. So you got to watch that you could bounce off of that, but if you bust through that, the momentum's going to continue. Could be an indication of a bounce back. Zero touch. Somebody should have told Trump that, huh? Could be a last kiss on that reverse micro trend. That's not really common that you get a last kiss that pays off on a reverse microtrend. Usually just continues. So that's making this microtrend, or where we are right now, kind of questionable. But hey, we got our stops. We're locking in a profit. That's cool. And we'll let it play out. You bet, Miguel. Tell a friend, baby. Tell a friend. And I'm in the market for a nice, say about 35-year-old Latin American chickie who wants to go sailing next winter. Got to be physically fit. Sometimes you have to save your own life. So that's a hell of a way to tip your host. Hook me up with a honey. Shows you how archaic I am. Right? Back in the day, you didn't have to be politically correct. And you could actually express that you like women. Looks like that 2 minute is building another microtrend, or more like a Z pattern. So that could be a continuation if we break the previous low on that 2 minute. You might get popped out before it happens, though. And even though that's your risk, don't move your stop. Never get in the habit of moving your stops. If you already squeezed your stop and you decided where your stop is, that's it, leave it there. You get popped out, you get popped out, no big deal, you made money. We don't have to make everything, we just have to keep being profitable. Yeah, you know what? You're learning a lot because, like trading, when you're on this channel, it's consistency because you know what? You're going to get a lot of quiet days or, not a lot to talk about, not a lot happening. But then some days you get very action-packed and you get a series of setups and things to look at that I get to talk about, and you get the information. So, the variable is whether setups are coming and what I have to talk about, both trading and watching the channel. And the way that you overcome a variable is you're a consistent, right? So the best way to hit a variable is with a consistent. And that's what you have to be. You have to be in the market every day, watching and looking for your trade. You're consistently doing that, and then consistent with your rules, and then you're going to hit the variables, which are good setups and the right trades. The byproduct of that sort of discipline and behavior, money in the bank. So same thing with watching the channel. The knowledge you could learn each day is a variable. Sometimes you learn nothing, sometimes you learn a lot of shit. But if you're listening every day, the long run, the end result is you learn a lot of shit. A lot of stuff, shall we say. So now it feels like we're going into a little bit of a consolidation. That trend reversal or micro trend on the 2-minute is putting in a higher high. So it's no longer a micro trend, kind of changing the trend right there. So we might have just had our mid-session reversal. And then again, we're bouncing off the 33. So if we go up and test the high on that 5-minute, I would still call that a good double top. If we went down to the 38 or broke that 38 retrace and we went up, I would say that's a single top. It was too much of a retrace to consider that a double top. So we could watch that 5-minute for its behavior because we still have time for the mid-session reversal. So we're going to watch that 5-minute. We should be out of the trade, profitable. We'll watch. I know I'm out of the trade and profitable, so you should be. I'm thinking you would be. You could take the risk too. I mean, some people will risk their whole profit. Some people will still keep their original capital risk. Not me. I'm going to the bank. So we're going to keep an eye on that 5-minute and see if we get a double top, right? Because look, the momentum hasn't, it's tapering off, but we haven't put in a lower low on the momentum or anything. Really can't argue that the momentum is bearish yet. It's just a little retrace on a bullish momentum. So we may still have another opportunity for a more aggressive move down, which I wouldn't mind seeing, and I like seeing a takeout of the 55 and the 50. I would not mind seeing that shit. But also, still, if you look at the 60 and the 30-minute chart, then, I'm looking at flags, baby. I'm looking at flags. And the 15, I'm looking at a flag, and it could trigger after this bar completes. We have 9 more minutes left in the current 15-minute bar. And if that baby completes, we can get an aggressive entry. If you're really feeling bullish, you could take that aggressive entry on the 15 and see if it triggers the 30, because both the bars are going to roll at the same time. A lot of exciting shit going on here. Lots and lots and lots and lots. Yeah, boy. Man, I got so much paperwork to do, it's ridiculous. I should hire me an assistant. And I'm gonna want to sleep with her. Ugh, terrible, terrible, terrible. What the hell is that? I gotta go pick up these passes, LHTC. I know what that is. That's old news. Nope. See, now I'm starting to get a little distracted. That's ADD. Really hard for me to maintain. If I was younger, I'd be dropping Adderall just to make money. Looks like a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders on that 1 minute. That might be triggering. So I'm thinking that we may make that top. Yeah, I'm not really watching it because I'm not trading, but yeah, it could be grounding up. I don't remember what my bias was this morning. You stinky birds. Nobody's bothering me, big sissies. Oh, I think I have a conference call today that I forgot all about. Today's the 20th? Yes, ma'am. All right, I do have a conference call today. Do I have just one? Yeah, I just have one. All right, that's good. We could live with that. At 1 o'clock. Eastern Daylight Time. All right, 1 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. I gotta get a workout in. Good morning, good morning. Yo, you guys ate. I don't want to hear shit. Yo, these ducks grow so fast, man. It's incredible. Incredible. Oh, she's gotten one. They hear that, they think they're going to get fed. See, I'm doing that. I don't want to get too close to the ducks because I'm going to eat them. But 2 of them I'm going to keep, and I want to take them sailing with me. And I don't want to have to cage them, so I'll keep them in the cockpit. And then when I drop anchor, I could let them in the water. But when I go, they know they're going to get fed. So they'll return. And then if they don't, fuck it. I had a duck when I first got on the boat. And, the duck bonded with me, at a young age. So, and she just used to supply me with eggs when I was in the mountains. So I took her on the boat, and she stuck around for a couple of days and everything. And then one day she jumped off, and she was swimming around. And, she came back to check in. And then one time she came back, and I guess that was the last kiss, and she swam off. But I was in a harbor where I was surrounded by these big, beautiful mansions. And I think that she found a comfy home. Yeah, she probably waddled up. A couple of kids started feeding her. And she's like, yo, this is the place for me, instead of living on a boat. And that was it. It was a wrap. So I'm gonna dare to do it one more time. And see if I can get them to stick around. If that doesn't work, then I abandon that program. Yeah, I like duck, man. Actually, I think I might grab one this evening while shopping and make it this week. $11. Watch that 30-minute. You got a trigger of the bull flag on the 15 if you want an aggressive entry. This is it. I'm not taking it. We're getting into that 11 hour. I got a ton of money on the books, and I'm just going to watch. But if you're into this move up, you could take it right here, and it puts you in even before that 30-minute flag triggers. If that 30-minute flag triggers, then we should get a really nice move up. And I don't know, I'm feeling like it's going to happen. Oh. Little snapback. See, if you want to be less aggressive, you wait for that 30-minute. And then we got a 60-minute building. So you could wait for that, which is even less aggressive, more confirmation, stronger move up. That's not a bad one to wait for. No, quiet. Ain't gonna happen, birds. Oh. There's that 5-minute double top. So you just take the break of the previous low. What time is it? It's 11:10. It's a little late. You might want to just save that for a conservative entry. And then you're looking at about 10 points. So we're just looking at a double top really and a break of that low. It's kind of happening right now. Could have taken an aggressive entry, but I would have gone more conservative. We're running into lunch, so this would be a late day break. But I think we're looking at least 708. Not really paying attention. Kind of dropping off and doing push-ups too. Feels good. Yeah, that 5 minute looks like it's pushing down. Getting a little support. Oh, that's XOM. I'm looking at the wrong one over here. There we go. So that 15-minute flag hasn't failed yet. If you took that 15-minute flag, you'd still be in it. You'd be hurting, but you'd still be in it. It hasn't really failed. If it breaks the 17, then that flag has failed. And if a flag fails, then it's going to turn bearish. It becomes a bearish move. So you can roll around or what have you. But it looks like that double top on the 5 minute is what the flavor of the hour is. Oh, there goes the Dow. Making lows, new lows. Dow's the weakest out of all the markets. Composite's right behind it, though. I mean, S&P's right behind it. And S&P's making new lows of the day. And if that continues and the composite catches up, this could be a dark, dark day. But still, 15-minute flag has not failed. Scary. The low is 1757, and it fails at 1755. Oh man, it's about to fail, I'm sure. That's pretty damn close. No, 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 no. Watch that break. Could be a flag on the 5-minute to continue that 5-minute break to the downside. Momentum is still bearish on the 5 minutes. And could still be a retrace on the 30 minutes, a little lower even. Even if we got to the 708 mark, there'll still be a nice retrace, but still maintain that flag on the 30-minute. And again, there's a 60-minute flag building. So we could still be bullish for the day, but we may have a really nice down move here that you could be capitalizing on. But obviously, the market has calmed down a little bit, and we're getting into that lunch hour. Yeah, you know, Europe has come off. You know, Europe came off at 11 o'clock. So that accounts for the slowdown in volume. And now the US is looking for lunch. making a double bottom on the 1 minute with a very negative momentum. It's a good chance this trade is going to grind to our target. Got a 5-minute flag triggering. Come on, stick with it. Dow is the weakest of them all. Composite has to catch up to make that move. Looks like the S&P might do that grind down. Now there she goes. There she goes. All right, that's cool. So we're looking for 6 more points and we might be there. The composite just gave up. That's what dragged the S&P down. Russell's getting ready to do the same. Won't have that much of an effect. Just kind of reinforce our sentiment. Love, exciting and new. Come aboard. That 60 minutes still looks good. We're getting close to our targets right here. You don't have to wait to hit it on a gnat's ass if you were in the trade. Take your profit. Take your profit. Tip your host. Spread the word. Subscribe. Hit the bell. Hit the like. Throw a couple of chats in there. You've fulfilled your obligation. See, so our goal, I mean, we could push down further, but, you know, you got to be within the spirit, watch it, see how you feel. Things slow down, maybe enough. You don't want to give up. You know, we said 707, it went to 709. Oh, we said 708, it went to 709, you know. And bounces off because a lot of people look at it and say, yeah, all right, that's enough. I'm not going to hold up, especially when it slows down. They say, all right, momentum's died off a little bit. I'll just take it right here for the other $50. Why assume the risk? And that, ladies and germs, is exactly what just transpired. Na, 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 na. I think that's the extent of our retrace for the day. And that's a good retrace. I mean, we went as low as 55. We're building a flag here. You know, it could very possibly go further, but I wouldn't even look for it. I mean, we're into lunch. It's late in the day, late in the morning session. Session's going to be over, is pretty much over 2 minutes ago. This is the lunch session, or the doldrums. And we're just going to grind and grind and grind and grind and grind. Yeah, I'm getting quiet. I'm just watching it. I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round. You guys are quiet too, so don't blame me. Or at least don't persecute me. Yeah, that Head and Shoulders pattern still looks good. Honestly, it'll look good up until 8/12, 38/12. It'll still look good. Na 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 na. All right. Looks like I'm going to wrap it up. So, what we're watching for the afternoon is that 60-minute bull flag and that 30-minute bull flag. Should have made some serious money today, as did I. So, another good day in the books. So, hey, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like, tell a friend. A couple of links in the description if you want to tip your host. We are also accepting trades of the flesh. So check out my morning meeting tomorrow, and I'll be streaming tomorrow.